How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back to get another review. A little bit of lager time in the form of Schlafly Brewing's White Lager. Schlafly. Don't get a ton of stuff around me, but get drips and drabs around my area, more specifically New Jersey. I was lucky enough to get actually a couple bits and pieces of them thrown at me from the brewery themselves. Thank you very much, guys. And this is in there. White Lager, aka Zwickel beer, if you will. Lagers. Bottom fermented beer usually kind of have their own kind of yeast character, quite a bit malty, usually not too hoppy, although some can get hoppy. And then, kind of derivative or a subcategory to that. Typically, your Keller beers, for me, is a more kind of unfiltered kind of chuggable, unfiltered version of that. Think about the hazy New England IPA of Germany, if you will. Even though it's not hop driven, even though there's hops in it. There's Zwickel beer, which they are calling this, is basically a sessioned version of that. So kind of think of yourself as kind of a session pale ale version of the hazy IPA. So what am I saying here? It's a lager. Should have not too crazy hops in it. Maybe a little bit of kind of malt to it, and a little bit of haze, nothing too crazy, and uber chuggable. As far as what it says on this bottle, it says Schlafly White Lager is a Middle Ages inspired lager that is golden hued, naturally cloudy, and slightly hoppy. Tribute to the days before lagers were filtered, this rare style matured in deep vaults and emerged smooth and rich. The Zwickel beer, a white lager, Schlafly, St. Louis brewery. This was bottled just a bit over a month ago, and she's 5.5% alcohol by volume. Probably a little bit bigger than most traditional kind of Zwickel beers. And label-wise, it's Schlafly. It's pretty much what they do. With all their labels, except a little bit of variance as far as verbiage goes. This bottle's actually dented, which is kind of, I don't know, like that. The glass itself is indented there. You're probably not going to be able to pick it up on camera, but, yeah. I don't know. I noticed that, and I thought it was fun, because I like imperfections. Even imperfections in beer sometimes can be a fun thing. Having super clean, crisp, the same beer over and over again with no variance can be boring. Sure, there's an assurance there for the brewer, but a little bit of variance can be a good thing. And that's kind of where unfiltered beers kind of lie. Finger and a half infinite creamy head. Super microscopically tight, compact bubbles is left with a light golden hued, slightly hazy, subtle carbonated looking beer. So does she look the part? Absolutely. To a T. That's exactly what your Zwickel beer should look like. Let's see if we can get a nose on her. Kind of like a almost like a Pilsner malt, but a little bit of a subtle funk to it. It's kind of your lager coming into play there, lager yeast. I'm getting like a little bit of fruitiness from this too. I'm getting a little bit of kind of like lemon, not necessarily a tart lemon, more of like a semi-sweetened kind of lemon. Maybe the subtle kind of spiciness that comes with those hops too. A little bit of kind of subtle pepperiness, and that's pretty much it. Smells infinitely chuggable, infinitely drinkable, and hopefully infinitely delicious. Let's dive right in. Cheers. God, I can drink like 753,000 of those. It's exactly what the beer's supposed to do. Typically a Keller beer is going to be a super chuggable beer. For me, Keller beers usually come off a little bit maltier, a little bit bigger, which is kind of what these Zwickel beers are supposed to be, a little bit smaller. But this has nice flavor to it. That Pilsner malt is coming off a little bit more kind of crackety. It's a big monster. It comes out of the ocean. It's going to kill you. Crackery. And there is a little bit, very subtle bittering hop there, just enough to kind of bounce off that malt sweetness. And the combination of that lager yeast just makes this an absolutely 100% crushable beer. This is one of the best summer beers. We're kind of creeping out of summer. This is the end of September 2017. We're creeping out of summer. This is absolutely hitting the spot. Kind of getting a little bit of that kind of late summer, early fall kind of heat wave here. It was like pushing 90 today here in Northeast PA. So this is absolutely hitting the spot. Let's talk about it. It's one of the better Zwickel beers I've had as of late. I don't remember the last one I had. and that's going back a very long time, so it would default to that. Is it one of the better drinkers, chuggers, session beers, whatever you want to call them? Sure, it's 5.5%. We're outside of that typical chugger session beer range, but this is a quintessential session beer. It's giving you heaps and heaps of personality. There's a beautiful flavor there from the malt, from the lager yeast, a little bit from that hops, but enough that it just kind of lets, I don't know, the environment lets your evening do the talking. You know what I mean? This is a beer that you would drink a half a rack of, honestly, throughout the night. If you're at a party or barbecue, whatever, this is what I would want in that environment. Absolutely delicious. I'm kind of peeved I don't have more of this, to be perfectly honest with you. So crisp, so clean, so refreshing. Let's put it this way: one of the best lagers I've had in a while, and its delicateness and its smallness combined with what it's delivering at the same time, absolutely world class. Value and availability, no idea. It was said to me. I mean, you're talking about 5.5% small little lager. You're hoping this is give or take around $10 a sixer, and I assume wherever you get Schlafly, you're gonna find this. Combine that with, if you like what way you like this. If you like crushable, good, clean, well done beers in small packages, it's absolutely delicious. I could drink this all day long. I mean, I'm actually one of the better beers I've had in general. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's just absolutely crushable, absolutely delicious. I think it's fantastic. I'm actually kind of blown away how good this beer is. You're talking about a 5.5% sessionable version of a Keller beer, which is actually not supposed to be anything too crazy. This is fucking fantastic. So if you like good beer, if you like tasty beers, this is worth picking up because this is absolutely damn fine. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, anywhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, all four of those places if you want to check this dude out anywhere else. And there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a fine cold beer right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.